Good to go. All right. It is Tuesday, May 4th, and the time is 8:32 a.m. Yeah. Why does that seem early? And this is the mayor manager meeting. And in the Teams room is Linda Olson, Dan Harvey, Stephanie Carlisle, Shawn Lewis, Jade Truscott-Reed. It happened to my computer here. And Nathaniel Sierra is trying to get logged in, and we'll see if he makes it or not. Is that everybody?
I think so.
Carlisle, did I say Stephanie?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, well, we'll get started with May 10th. We've got interviews for the UDC steering committee. Lots of folks to choose from. May 17th, we have a Historic Preservation Commission joint session with council to discuss the landmark program. Another study session for consideration of a policy regarding special flags at city facilities. And a third one for proclamation approval policy. This is the discussion to get information from council to put together a policy.
Nathaniel, did you just jump on?
Yeah, I just jumped on, having trouble with the internet. So, but I'm on.
Okay, thanks.
So we need to assign discussion times, it looks like, on the study session items.
I gotta make this bigger. My extra screen isn't working this morning. I don't know why.
Yeah, mine's pretty small too.
Whoops. All right. That helps. Thank you. All right, so we need to give time to the policy regarding special flags. Will there be so you all have some guidelines for that already, right? And
yes, we do.
And were there other cities that you looked at with this too? Because I know that's going to be one of the questions that gets asked commonly.
Yes.
What does Littleton do?
Right. I'm trying to remember. I know Aurora was one of the cities. I'll have to look and see the other ones that we took a look at.
Good.
And
I'm making fun of this because I'm the one that asks this a lot, so I'm not saying anything about anyone but myself because I do ask.
And I actually have a draft that I'm putting together that I should be able to send over. I'm thinking today or tomorrow.
Great. So I don't know, 20 minutes? Is it pretty, do you think it's pretty straightforward, Shawn and Dan? Or maybe nothing's straightforward?
I haven't seen the newest version, but the original version was, yes, I think 1.5 pages maybe, and then a number of example flags that would be considered pre-approved.
Yeah, and I'm more or less kind of mirroring the previous version, just kind of adding on to it. So I think it should still be, 2 pages, like Shawn pointed out.
Okay.
So any thoughts on time? 20 minutes. Okay. And then what about Historic Preservation Commission?
Do you think I'm wrong that it's going to take longer?
Do you think the flag policy will take longer?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
asking longer than 20 minutes.
Sorry, I thought you were asking me.
Well, no, asking you too. Do you think it'll take longer?
I do.
Okay, you're probably right. 30 minutes?
But I don't think longer than 30.
Okay, well, let's be realistic. All right, and the next one's proclamation approval. That'll take long too.
Well, this one we don't have, unless more people fill out the survey, we don't have a lot of information. So we would be asking you all specific questions. But you're right, that would take some time. So
how many people sent you things?
So far we have 3 people, council members who have responded to the survey. Okay.
Okay. All right, and the next one's proclamation approval. That'll take long too. All right, and the next one's proclamation approval. That'll take long too.
So far we have 3 people who have council members who have responded to the survey. So far we have 3 people who have council members who have responded to the survey. Okay.
Okay. And do we have some examples from other cities too?
No, cities don't do this. It's
Don't
the
do
short
proclamation.
answer. No, they don't. They don't.
Go through the process.
No. It's like these people can, submit, which is like a group of people, and then there are a few cities that have, it comes to a council meeting the week before, but that's about it.
That's what we need to say then, because we're probably making way too big of a deal out of it. I think it would be good. I know with Denver, I had to do a proclamation for Juan Abortus for an international conference, and all I did is went in and filled out a form and created it for them, and the mayor signed it, and we read it in Ottawa. It was the easiest thing. I don't know if they ever have people go in and do something really awkward or weird. I mean, somebody does look at it. They wouldn't, but I don't know if they've had people do anything that couldn't pass. I mean, I don't know. I guess we're going to just have to talk about it.
Right.
So there are no cities that have a process that you know of other than filling out forms to get it in.
Correct. And Dan, I don't know if you all, Tim told me last week that you all had looked at that too, and you couldn't find other cities either.
Yeah. Yeah, we have, I think two of our clients have proclamation policies, but I think it's basically kind of, the type of procedure that you were talking about. I'm looking at one right now. It seems pretty straightforward that, there's a sponsor and, submitted a couple weeks before. And so kind of nothing more than that.
Can we take a look at those? Can we just have those as examples from cities that this is all you could find to just back up our statement for that? Because I don't know that people believe that there aren't any policies anywhere other than that. Like, those are open documents, right?
Yeah, we can definitely, send them over.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and these are all publicly available, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's look at those and yeah.
So any thoughts on timing on that?
I don't know. I mean, last night we spent more time on, I don't know, 30 minutes. Maybe it's going to be way more than that.
I actually don't think it'll go that long. I'm thinking 15 minutes or 20 minutes for discussion.
I think it's going to be 30 minutes.
Okay.
Some people have some strong feelings about it. But, all right, let's keep going.
Oh, we do need to assign the Historic Preservation Commission joint session
Thank you, Shawn.
timeframe.
Where is that one? Oh, it's at the top. Sorry. I kept looking down for it. So they're going to present for 15 minutes. Do they want direction from us, or it's just their process that they want to share with us?
I do know they want to share a process with you, but I think they do want discussion on your preferences.
They want us to establish protection for homes that have granted landmark status. What does that mean?
Well, it would be, I don't know if this is the approach they're taking, but essentially an overlay. When we establish a landmark, there is a new process that's required when someone wants to alter or tear down the structure.
And so that policy will come in with them, or is it just a conversation about whether we want to move in that direction?
I can't remember exactly where they're at in the process. And Jade, I assume that's all the description you have.
That is all the description I have. I do know they had an not an emergency meeting, but a special meeting last night, just to figure out the time and who would all be attending. And I believe they have it, from my understanding, they sort of have the process marked out, but I can get further clarification if you guys would like.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. I would, yeah, I would just want to make sure that, yeah, well, I know that they've been working on this for a really, really long time. So I hope they have, if they're wanting protections, that they've thought that through. But have the attorneys looked at anything there? I thought that they were working with the attorneys at one point.
Yes, I think they are. And I think that special meeting last night was with Kendra, but I'm not sure what the topic was.
Okay. Yeah, this will be a complicated process if they're trying to landmark buildings and or homes and then create a protection for them, because it's, you know, it's a legal thing. But I know that that's how a lot of people in Arapahoe Acres would like to do it. But they want protection from the city without an overlay.
Yeah, it's a pretty common process. This is actually the first city I've ever worked in that hasn't had a landmark process.
And the landmark usually goes with protection.
Yes. Yeah, there are some, I mean, the National Register is purely, you know, in name only, but when you do a local landmark program, it actually provides, typically is accompanied by protections.
Yeah, but we don't know if that's what they've developed or not.
Well, I think that's definitely the direction that they're going. I think they want to have a conversation with council about how far they can take that.
Okay. I think
so these are all three tough study session items for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad they're coming to something with that because it's been a long time in the work. So maybe I think that's going to be a 30-minute discussion. But it depends on what they bring to us. They're just bringing the idea. My hunch is we're going to all ask what, you know, we're going to have to know this, this, and this. If they're bringing an actual prototype of a policy, that would be another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nathaniel, are you still on?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you think?
I think it could be a pretty long discussion. Yeah, we got those three items are big, so.
They are. And we've got regular stuff after that, right?
Yes.
Can any of these be moved?
So the study sessions currently for the 10th as well as for the following 24th are both reserved for interviews. So we would possibly look into moving one to June.
Okay.
If that works with your guys' pleasure, or we could try to figure out a special meeting or whatever you would prefer.
That's a lot. Those are three hefty conversations for a study session before a regular meeting. I can't believe there was once upon a time where we tried not to have any study sessions before a regular meeting.
Well, let's leave it as is and then see where we go with the rest of the calendar.
Okay.
All right, so we'll move on to special recognition for Nancy Winig, who is named Outstanding Law Enforcement Advocate of the Year. We've got a motion for the AV equipment, and that would be the big dollar amount that you've already approved the funding, but this would be the contract to actually build that system out. The proclamation of, where am I? Okay, thank you. Award of contract to HDR Engineering for final engineering design services for the South Inglewood Storm Sewer Outfall. 2021 budget supplemental number 5, funds transfer to the donors fund for and Parks and Rec Trust Fund to the Public Improvement Fund. I guess that's for donations we've received. And then General Fund 2021 budget supplemental resolution for Municipal Court Restorative Justice. Framework agreement with LNR for City Center, SCADA virtualization at Allen Water Treatment Plant, approval of intergovernmental agreement for the Tri-Cities Homelessness Action Plan, Second Amendment to the IGA between CDOT and Inglewood for rehab of Dartmouth Bridge, Amendment to Code Update Advisory Committee to review the annual capital improvement plan.
So all of those are second.
Mhm.
Looks like they're all consent. Mhm.
They're all consent. Good. Yeah, those are all passed last night. Okay.
Okay. So anything else on that?
Well, let's go back. How many are there now? And the on the homelessness action plan, they haven't seen it yet.
Right, but this is just the IGA with Littleton and Sheridan.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay.
I actually think that could go on consent because everybody's
let's put
so
it
up to
there.
date on it.
Yeah, let's just put it there.
It's a very small dollar amount too.
Can the SCADA go on, do you think? We've sure talked about it.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a SCADA system for decades, so I think this is a pretty major upgrade, but it would be fine with me. It seems routine to me because every city uses SCADA.
Yeah. Well, let's put it there. And then LNR. This is
Yeah, LNR, that'll require probably some,
Mhm.
well, I guess the agreement's already been negotiated, but I'm sure that would be pulled if we put it on regular.
okay. So that the audio visual modernization, I don't know, we probably still have. I mean, it's a big ticket amount. I mean, we've talked about it many times.
Right, yeah, it's over 200,000 for sure.
Yeah. I mean, maybe just leave it on regular because that's
Yeah,
what people
I say leave
need
it.
to know. That's what it's, yeah, that's what it's
I'll-
costing to.
Yeah, I always have questions about it anyway, so.
And HDR.
I would leave that off as well.
Yeah. Okay. So we have 5 that are no, yeah, 6.
Yeah, we have 6 that are regular items. The rest would be consent.
Okay.
When I look at this, Mayor, I almost think that we can leave those 3 study session items.
All right.
I'm one opinion. I'm not sure how you feel, but I think we could.
I mean, I just think it might be a longer evening. We've been getting out before 9 or around 9 for the last few weeks, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm also of the opinion. I don't think that the proclamation is going to take that long, honestly.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna fight on a hill for that one, that's for sure. All right, let's go on to the next.
Okay, May 24th, you have boarding commission interviews.
Wow.
June 7th.
Wait, real quick, the 24th. Just so do we have people that have agreed to be there until 9:40 or 9:30 or any time after 9 o'clock? Have we already set times?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was wondering.
We were just notified one person has dropped out, but looks like then they would still be slotted with the last one at 9:40, which is what it says, correct?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, there's 21 interviews now.
I just I'm fine doing it on one night if applicants are going to show on that night. I don't want them to, after 9 o'clock is pretty late.
Yeah.
For most So I just don't want them to feel that they have to do it that night. If we have to do a second night, I would be up for that, but I don't want people dropping out because it's too late, I guess.
Would you like to break it into 2 different evenings that week?
Well, I guess it's just a comment. I guess if they've already agreed to be there past 9 o'clock, then I guess leave it as is, but.
I'll circle back around with Jackie and just make sure that that was is the case, and then I can let you know. Certainly.
Yes,
Mayor,
weird.
you in agreement with that, or?
I'm sorry?
I was asking the mayor, are you in agreement with that in terms of breaking it up into 2 nights or have we done this in the past where we have interviews past 9 o'clock?
We haven't done that very often.
Yeah.
I think the world of Zoom has made us probably a bit more agnostic to the time, maybe. I don't know, because people don't have to at least drive over there and sit and wait.
That's true, but in front of a screen past
if we broke it into 2, we could make decisions on the second night and just have it consensus brought forward for the next time, for the next meeting, which
I was just going to ask Mayor, so should we ask Stephanie to reach out to those after 8:30 then and see, or?
Yeah.
And
We
just see if
We
we
can
want to do
split them
another
up
dinner.
with a lighter load on the second evening. What evening that week would you like? Because I think she has already scheduled, but we can definitely, we have time to get back with everyone. Because yeah, I understand it is late. So if you were to do a second evening and we could, I mean, that's a lot of 21 interviews is a lot of interviews as well. So if you wanted to break that into 2 with the second evening having time for deliberations, we can do that.
I would say Tuesday or Wednesday because it is Memorial Day, and I'm guessing people will probably take Thursday, Friday, or some or longer weekend. So I would say Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, I can only do it Tuesday or Thursday. Wednesday night, I'm giving a 3-hour final public presentations
Fun.
on the 26th. So I Tuesday's open for me. Thursday's open for me.
Do the 24th and 25th? Do we need to
check
everyone, or
probably need to check to make sure we get a critical mass?
Okay, perfect.
Maybe just send an email to everybody saying we have 21 applications. We want to split them into 2 nights, the 24th and the 25th, or the 24th. And well, you can't do the 27th. Is that right, Nathaniel?
Well, I can. It's just.
I think you're right with it being a holiday weekend. We could run into trouble with that.
Yeah.
For applicants as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could end up not being there on Wednesday if you didn't want me there too. I mean, that one's preset. I can't do anything about it. But should we see if who all can come on the 25th? And the 25th would go from 6 until 8, maybe.
On the 25th, okay.
What do you think, Nathaniel? Do you think we can get it done and make decisions? I mean, so that would leave how many on Monday? It'd be 5:45 to 9 or 8:30. How many does that? So we start at 6, right? We would start at 6, come at 5:45, get settled, and then at 6 we'd start interviewing. Is that how you set them up?
Yes, I believe. I don't have the lineup in front of me, but I can definitely. We're reaching out to Jackie right now.
Okay. I just want to make sure we have enough time on the second night to actually make the decisions too.
Yep. We can kind of even that out a little bit. So
okay.
Let's see what she has to say. You guys can keep going and we'll get a response and be able to report back.
Great. All right, June 7th.
Shawn, you're muted.
Thank you, Jade. I was just talking away. Jade, I think that this one is still, I guess I did talk to Tim about this. It's still misworded insofar as we're not converting Keeping Wood Beautiful to a sustainability. I mean, that might be what council wants to do, but we were just discussing adding additional duties to Keeping Wood Beautiful with regard to sustainability. And I did confirm with Tim that that's what he thought we were presenting. And Mayor, is that consistent with what?
I
you were
think that's
thinking?
what I think I've been hearing. Yeah, that this would be a way to do the sustainability work is to fold it into Keeping Going Beautiful.
Right.
Combine, so it'd be expanded,
Role.
yeah, an expanded role. That's a good way to put it.
Okay. And
What
then
do
we
you,
have,
Nathaniel, what do you think of that?
I
mean,
like it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that is how that committee began in the 90s, was Green, Mean, and whatever, I can't remember. It really was a sustainability committee. And then it became part of the Keep America Beautiful thing, and they changed their name. And then it became more about beautification, which I think has gone in and out of being, focused and not, but.
okay. Next we have pollinator proclamation, public hearing to discuss direct election of mayor, park improvement construction award of contract, 2021 grading and stabilization resolution. I think that's contract. New board and commission appointments approved by council. MOU between Inglewood and Colorado State Patrol for the license plate reader information. Any questions on June 7?
No.
All right, June 14, we have study session for the PEL for the, isn't this Santa Fe? No. Yeah,
It's
US 85, yes.
Yeah.
And then 2022 budget workshop, sidewalk gap prioritization, organized garbage and recycling collection, RFP, content review.
Should we put some times into this now?
Sure.
The Pell study. I just feel so overwhelmed by the Pell. I feel not overwhelmed. I feel like I've been working on the Pell stuff forever. But I suppose it's new to people, right?
Yes, probably would be good.
So 30 minutes?
I would be surprised if it took that long, but
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe 20 minutes. It's more of the presentation and people reading through it, right? It's a lot of material.
Right.
Budget workshop. How much time do you all think we want for that?
I think we've usually slotted an hour for those, right? Or
Yeah. Several hour presentation, it says.
This was
Well-
also submitted a while ago, so I can double check.
Well-
if there's been an update at the time.
Yeah, whenever I hear budget workshop, I think it's a pretty big time slot, and there's lots of back and forth with directors, but is that what's intended here? It's the June meeting, so yeah, probably, right? And oftentimes we don't have anything else on the schedule.
Right.
Yeah.
We might have to move. We don't have anything on the 21st yet, so we may have to move those other 3 items to the 21st.
Why don't you look at that, Shawn, with the directors and seeing if Jackie wants us, traditionally we have done like a 2 to 3 hour workshop, if that's where she wants it.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So Jade and I will coordinate that.
Oh, and then there's the organized garbage and recycling collection. That probably needs to stay there on a timeline.
But we could move that to the 20. Oh, for what timeline, Mayor?
Well, just if we're trying to get this done, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just talk it through. It's good to see all this. Maybe we shouldn't be putting times on it yet, because ask the directors what their constraints are. I think that the budget thing's the big deal, whether or not we need a lot more time, in which case maybe we just have a few other items, if maybe just one or something.
So
Yeah.
I can reach out to Maria D, and then see if maybe 2 of her items can possibly move to the 21st before the regular meeting. Is that the direction that we're going? I just want to make sure that I'm capturing that.
Yeah, I think on the organized, the trash hauling thing, feels to me like it's taking a long time to get somewhere on this. So I'd hate to kick it another week down the road if they need to keep moving.
And then, yeah, it was just moved yesterday, so we might have a little bit of flexibility with it, so I'll confirm with her about that.
Okay.
Going back up, I did speak to Jackie, and she sent out more of an informational email saying this is when interviews will happen on this night from this time slot to this time slot. Please let me know if you have any, concerns, or if there's a time slot you cannot do. She sent it to all 21 and heard back from 5 that they were fine with whatever. So it's not too late if you want us to break that into 2 evenings. We haven't actually assigned time slots yet.
So in reality, people chose their slots then?
No,
No?
I think the way we've done it when there's that many is we kind of say, here's going to be the date, here's the time range, and then we just assign people and
Okay.
notify them. It was a lot of coordination when they were picking their time slots. So.
Hate to
Yeah.
change that around.
But we can, nothing's been assigned, just an informational notification went out that this is the dates interviews are happening.
I don't know if this is one more step that just makes us take too long. I'm wondering if the ones who are scheduled from 9 o'clock to 9:40, if we could say councils were concerned about how late this is on a work night. Are you okay with these times really?
Okay.
Because
we
we could go to the next evening. I don't know. What do you think, Nathaniel? It's
Actually,
also us.
I understand that differently. So Stephanie, they don't even know that they're assigned at 9 o'clock, correct? Past 9 o'clock?
Not yet. It's just been the first
Oh.
notification going out saying, here's going to be the time range. We'll assign you a time and let you know. Please let us know if there's a certain time you can or cannot do. So right now it's just getting feedback from people, and we've received 5 responses that said we're fine with whatever. But we can definitely slot them out, and then whoever is from those later slots, call them and personally speak to them and say, is this any time after 9 going to really truly work for you?
Yeah, so I guess, yeah, so I think the 5 people that said anytime works, I would see if they're okay with anything past 9 o'clock.
Okay.
If there's pushback, because obviously I still want them to interview, then we have to look at a second night.
Yeah, that's fine. And you guys are okay doing 21 interviews, correct? In one night, if applicants are okay with that?
That's a good question, Stephanie.
Well, it is a lot. We've just been in work mode here, just getting things done, but it is a lot if you want us to rearrange it.
It's been a long time since we've had that many, and the last time we had that many, we had it in 2 nights. It's hard to remember people after a while, but I think we're going to have half a dozen. 3, we're probably gonna be split on whether council would prefer to split it in the nights or do it all in one. I don't know.
I say we ask council if they want to do a second night.
Okay. Let's start there.
I'll
get that out today, and let's start there. Make sure everyone can do 2 evenings, and then we'll work with applicants if needed.
Thank you for being so flexible.
Sure, no problem.
All right, where are we?
I was gonna say, should we just stop?
Yeah, we might just stop here.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, just earmark on June 21. Nathaniel's in charge that night.
We're gonna go ahead and keep that as a light meeting.
If you're in charge and there's nothing there, you can just cancel it, Nathaniel.
I proclaim 21st, yeah, a light meeting day.
Put in parentheses, Linda, it's in Alaska, unless they don't get their COVID numbers down, because they are starting to regulate people coming in, I think. Oh, sadly.
I had one for sure, and I think there might have been another one, but Councilmember Russell requested results of the second survey for the off leash. This was the non-scientific open to the public survey, and we do have those, so we'll send those out right away. And then there was also a request from council, although I don't remember if it was consensus, but I had actually already asked the police department to do it anyway. But in terms of vandalism and property crimes, which seems to be on the rise, kind of some of the strategies that we're doing for that. So I know Sam and John are already working on that.
Yeah,
but is that okay to slot in somewhere?
Yeah, that's the one where Rita started talking about some of the things going on, and I said, let's just make it a council request so we all find out what the patterns are and what the police are doing so we can tell citizens.
Oh, can you restate that? I didn't realize there was a CR on that.
Yeah, well, when information came out that several of our businesses have experienced, was it Rita or was it Joe? I don't remember.
That brought it up.
Okay, and then I said, let's just make this a council request that we find out what the patterns are looking like, if there's an uptick in this, or whether we just happen to be noticing because they're in public places, and then what the police strategy is, which is exactly what you're doing. So just make that a council request. That's how you were going to get the information out to us anyway, or?
Well, I had asked Sam to prepare for a study session, but I think what you're describing would be more time effective.
Okay. And then if we want to do a study session, because then we could do that, which I would love to get back to the place where we have a study session on topics like this too, where it's not just all policy development, but where we're getting informed more. But anyway, we are not in that mode right now. We have lots to do.
And I think that's all I've got.
And
that's all I had to do.
I did just receive a response back from Eric. That is the highlighted text that I have on the screen right now. So it does look like they'll be wanting direction based off of the proposed language that they have. And I'll just let you guys read that.
Okay. Yeah, this is their last, one of their, not last meeting maybe, but the month before when I listened to it, they wanted another perspective from the attorney. Yeah, I think we're okay with that, don't you think? 30 minutes still.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay. Are we good to go?
I think so.
Is there any follow-up to the pollinator thing? Did we irritate the system through last night?
No, Tim actually already has the kind of a compare and contrast done with the Cherry Hills. They also have 6 lines.
They do.
They do. They're shorter than ours, but it's the same number of whereases and lines of resolution. But
Okay.
So we will try to streamline that, and I think can do some shortening there.
Okay. Great. Thank you. All right. It is 9:10. And anything else?
Yes, sorry. I just was glancing at my notes and I saw that I had this written down. Regarding returning to in-person meeting, do we need to have anything on the 17th regarding that?
Oh, yeah.
Do we? I guess we should. Probably a mayor's choice.
Yeah.
Because I guess the question now is going to be, because I think one of the items was whether or not study sessions would still be on Zoom.
Right.
So that's like the open question I have. Do we all go back for both? Do a hybrid approach or whatever?
Yeah. Can some people be on Zoom and not attend in person and just jump, I think one of the questions too, of course, it's the governor just extended the mask and it does include some indoor stuff depending on vaccinations. So we probably need to have some attorney perspective on this. What does that look like for council? And we've, in masking when we're together and others in the room, and how we're going to handle that.
And I believe we're actually looking at that right now. So we should get some direction pretty soon.
Great. All right. And of course, just as soon as you do that, it'll change. Which
Right.
I hope it does. I hope it just keeps getting better. But right now we are in such bad shape vaccination wise. But Shawn, that's a question I have in terms of vaccinations. Do we ever get a full Englewood count on what our population is vaccinated?
We don't, unfortunately.
They can't break that out, huh?
I'll double check, but to see if we can, but I don't believe they can.
Yeah. All right. Great. Well, it's now 9:12 and I think we're done, right?
We're done.
All right. Mayor Manager meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Bye.